Hi, this is the 0.4 release of Celestial, trading card game web app, and I just wanted to run through some of the changes from this patch. So first of all, you can now sign in with any Google account, and you'll have persistent across devices access to a list of decks that you make, an inventory, your wins and losses get tracked, that sort of thing. Your progress, like what you see, also gets tracked. So the first time you click on this, it will say, do you want to try the tutorial? You can try the tutorial. Going to the store for the first time, and you have in-game currency that you can use to open packs. All of this is new. There's also auto pass and speed options. So if you prefer the game to go a lot faster because you've played it for a while, you can speed things up. If you want to auto pass when you're out of available plays, you can do that as well. Arena has temporarily been removed. It's just not fully supported at the moment. And that's largely it. So on this side, you'll see a list of pre-made decks, and you can also create any new deck of your choice. And now once it's selected, you are editing that deck. So moving back to it, you'll see that the changes persisted. If you access this on some other device or at a later session, you'll still have the same decks that you have. You can still get the deck codes for the deck, which is useful for sharing with friends online. You can also paste into there. You can create more decks and you can delete decks. At the moment, there's a cap of 9, I think, which is more to do with displaying on the screen correctly. So this is the core set of cards. You have 15 of each of at the beginning. And some of the cards from the previous patch were removed or tweaked. I guess I'll talk about nerfs and rebalances a little bit after talking about some of the new cards that were introduced. So there's a number of cards that do things if they start the round on your discard pile, and then there's a different thinning option, become machine. There are different interaction and control options, such as this. There's new drawing cards. Paramountcy is particularly exciting, does something big. I think ramp is stronger in this set of cards. And there's also an emphasis on interaction, so visible cards that have some like little mini game that you're playing with your opponent. If I play this, you have to think about what you want to play in response, or if Nightmare gets played, think about how to keep your hand full, etc. So a number of new cards introduced, and now there's inventory, so you don't have all of these at the beginning, you're not overwhelmed. But all of these are available to you eventually. So cards that were rebalanced. As I've mentioned before, Broken Bones felt a little unfun, both if you were losing to it, it's just above curve consistently, or if you were winning with it, it's just like not fun to get beaten by. So now the bones will draw you a card, so after your shuffle, they do something different that's interesting. And they're no longer grossly above curve, which leaves a lot of diversity available in the 1 slot. Night Vision and Anubis are the two very strong cards that weren't nerfed. Pelican got slightly nerfed by 1 point, Stalker by 1 point, Bone Knife costs 1 now, and I think that's it. There was also some thought given to interaction with Bast. So Sickness is a pretty strong way to interact with that, and there's somewhat more of an emphasis on vision and resets. Paramountcy is great. There are a lot of builds that involve ramping that I think are viable, but we'll see. I've done a tier list. I'm sure I'll get many things wrong, but I guess I might share that at some point. This works as it used to, which is standard. This can also now search for rarity. Cards now have one of 4 distinct rarities. You can also see what's in the expansion and what's in the base. The rulebook got updated a little bit. Some of the tutorial experience and formatting got updated. And I'll now show what happens in the store. And this is all persistent. This goes to the server and comes back, and it functions similar to Gwent's system. So you have 4 cards that are at least common, and then you have a choice for your 5th card, and it will also show you how many of the card you have. So in this case, I might decide Pocket Watch is a great card, or Heron is a great card. I really want more of this. And these 3 are all the same rarity as each other, and they're at least uncommon. You get 15 coins in-game currency per win, so it's pretty generous. Feels like you can pretty quickly get to whatever viable deck you want to play with. But it's still getting tuned and figured out, and we're talking about what our priorities are for the progression system. So that's about it for 04. There's a number of like animation changes, formatting changes. But in terms of like big items, it's really decks, reformatting of this screen, added content, and then persistent accounts. We recently had our first tournament, which was fun. It was very small, but it was great to see the game in its intended environment, and very excited about what there will be going forward. If you want to get more information, you can visit the website celestialtcg.com or the Discord, which is linked from here. And also, I guess searching on YouTube is a good way. Thank you so much for watching.